Hello, hello. Somebody's here. You beat me here. Valsham and Gerbo and Tuatha. A couple others. Hello, everybody. What's up, Valsham? Hi, Gerbo. Yeah, look at those emotes. Did you guys check out that game? Tonight's game, did you see it? Yeah, it's different. Different game tonight. Nothing I've ever played before. Sorry for coughing, but yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't even know the name of it. Who died? I died this time. My character died. He became a martyr defending his planet. I'll look up the name in a sec here. Let me find it. Oh wait. I should have that saved. So it was Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. So a role-playing game. And it was actually fun. I didn't think I'd like it, but it was fun. We did not play D&D because Mick is out. He was out this week and he's going to be out next week. So we are playing alternative games. And next week we are playing Maid's RPG. So, you know, like clean your house, Maid. So, I don't know, it's going to be crazy. It's some kind of Japanese anime type thing. He was doing something with his family. I forget what, but yeah, that's what he's doing. I'm having, yeah, who does things with family? I'm eating some cherry pie tasty treat, so sorry for the slow start, but you know, gotta have something. So, 2 slices of birthday cake from the weekend. Your birthday? Happy birthday. You turned 30 during the pizza party? Did you say anything and I missed it? Why didn't you let us know? So you literally spent your 30th birthday at the pizza party. Thank you. Oh, see, I have a horrible memory. But at least I said happy birthday. I can't believe I don't remember that though. I mean, I admit I have a bad memory. Yeah. It's even worse than I thought. I'm sorry we didn't stop everything we were doing. Because if I was in my right mind, we would have stopped and had a little celebration. I missed a great opportunity. Sorry about that. That's probably it. Hey, happy birthday, dude, but I'm busy. Concentrate. Yeah. Now that I don't doubt. So, sorry I didn't pay enough attention. Yeah, for me personally, I'm not that big into birthdays. My wife is into them much more. And from her point of view, like, a man should never, ever, ever miss a wife's, top 10. 10, 30, 40, 50, should never miss those. Should create a big party for her. So, I've learned that one. So what have you been drawing lately, Falsham? And Gerbil, what project did you decide on? I know you were talking about the epitome of death and a bunny, and nothing came to mind, but did you figure out what you were going to draw, or did you just start it? Oh, fantastic. See, birthdays are just birthdays, but finishing your second comic? Now that's big news. he streams working on Patreon awards. That's cool. How many Patreons you got going? Still working on that Death Bunny, trying to find a decent pose. Yeah, it can be tough to work in the epitome of death and a bunny and a pose. I don't even know what I would do. Teeth. Gotta give them teeth. Just look at these pugs' teeth. God. All it takes is vicious teeth. I don't have a drawing monitor. I have an Intuos 3, so I have a drawing tablet. But I do not yet have a drawing monitor. Yeah, but that's asking for a lot. Yeah, I've actually considered it more than ever before getting one, but I just can't afford it yet. If I had more followers, maybe I would do it a donation goal. Or I'll just wait until I can afford it. I was actually thinking of switching, and then I changed the mapping of my Intuos to be the same size as the space I'm drawing on my computer, and that helped a tons. Yeah, I know. All right, it's a follower's decision, right? If they want to donate. I don't know. I always feel uncomfortable asking for a big ticket item. I know it works for some folks. Oh, that would be cool to get sponsored by them if I were that good. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Everyone writes Wacom, tell him, hey man, we watch this guy, he draws really, really good, but he's still using, can you believe this, an Intuos 3? What the hell? It's pathetic. I've heard there's a Lemon A Go-Go is a musician that I watch once in a while. I used to watch her more often, but then I got more busy. And she was streaming, and then one of the music companies sponsored her and sent her new microphones and maybe even a camera, a little bit of sound equipment, like sent her a lot of stuff. So it could happen. You never know. Wacom might wake up and say, hey, remember that guy? Sponsor someone. I don't know if Wacom sponsors anyone. I don't know. They might. I don't know if it's like a drum company or a music instrument company where they love to sponsor all kinds of folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be neat someday get good enough, catch the attention of a company, and they're like, yeah, you know, we want to sponsor you. Like, what? Hey, you know what? Manifest it. Dream big. You have to dream big to get big, so there's no reason not to dream big. I'd be happy to dream big and have Ford donate to me a Mustang. I'd be okay with that. I'd be happy with any freaking donated car, to be honest. My Jetta's not going to last too much longer, I don't think. I think the Focuses look great. Now, is the Focus a sedan car? If it's the one I'm thinking of, I have a neighbor that has a Focus, and every time I see it, I'm like, that's a good looking car. Probably the better sedan that Ford's ever made, to be honest. Looks pretty stylish. Yeah. Is it a is your Focus a hybrid, or is that just good old gas mileage? Yeah, I like the sporty Teslas. They're not too sporty, but look kind of classy sporty. I have in San Diego, Wacom is based, not Wacom, what's the company that makes all of the phone chips? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Qualcomm. So we have Qualcomm that's based in San Diego, and I actually saw them driving their automated cars, and they had two people sitting in the car. They both had like rather large screens in front of their face that were showing the diagnostics and the analytics. The car was driving itself, and they were on the road heading back to their office. Pretty trippy. And it did a good job for that little bit that I saw. The potential's good, right? If we can get the technology to be good enough, if the AI can be good enough, and it makes a lot of sense to have self-driving cars for a whole bunch of reasons. It could be world-changing. Would they be able to control your car though? Because the self-driving cars don't operate on a network. Do they? I don't think they do, right? It's all visual optical responses. Yep. You could reduce the speed limit in cities, increase the amount of traffic that the highways could handle, probably by like 50% more traffic if everything was handled by AI. Because a good AI, you could have a mile-long group of cars, and they all start going forward at the same exact time, accelerating at the same exact amount. You could move so many more people that way. That's the dream, right? AI gets so good, it takes over the world. I wouldn't mind if you can do a better job. I can see it operating like it did in iRobot, where AI drives the car, but then the driver always has the option of taking over. Give me the steering. Affirmative. You always got to go with your gut, Gerbil. If the idea doesn't feel right, then it's not right. I don't know if I would go quite so far as to say I would be the cyborg from DC. Hey, I didn't say his powers weren't cool. That's a pretty big trade-off. Okay. Well, in that regard, you're right. Cyborg might be a good choice. He definitely has, like, I think the coolest powers. Most interesting power set. Like, as a superhero, I actually find him more interesting than Batman. I'm not that big of a fan of Batman. Mostly because everyone wants Batman to be unbeatable. And that's no fun. What if, I was thinking pentagrams, what if your bunny had a pentagram tattoo? That made people squirm, really? You know, it's symbolic, it's not morbid. Maybe people don't know the difference between symbolism and morbidism. Morbidism. I just made up a word. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be too afraid of pushing the envelope a little bit too, because it is college, you know. If people want to be adults, they have to think like adults, especially in art school or art class. What was the assignment again? Like, are you working on symbology or symbolism in general? What's your assignment? Because it's possible your art instructor said do this assignment to push you out of your boundaries on purpose, to see if you could get creative with, you know, a more challenging subject. Hello, Blind Coyote art. Yeah, especially if it's your own series, then it's your own subject matter. And if you enjoy drawing it or painting it and it inspires you, then that's what you should be doing. So I was on over in the Fantasy Artists chat. Did they add me to their... You mean like an announcement was made that I was streaming? Or did you just see my name? Because I know you can set up bots to show... Maybe you just saw my name? Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Hey, well, I'm glad you took the time to come on over. So if you haven't seen my stuff before, I draw a lot of D&D creatures. And right now, I'm drawing a death dog. But because I own 2 pugs, I decided I want to give them a little bit more of a pug-like face. So... this is where I'm at with this guy. So monster and my cute dogs all in one package. So Blind Coyote, this will be my only pitch, and it's a nice easy one that my slideshow, portfolio, whatever is playing down in the lower left hand corner. That shows my past art, or if you're so inclined, take a look at my Instagram. I post everything on Instagram way sooner than any other social media platform. If you want to see my art as I do it. And that's my pitch. So aside from that, welcome around. Glad you came by. Do you stream as well, or you follow artists? Are you an artist yourself? Oh yeah, you're a long time streamer then. apologize if you're like an amazing artist and I don't know. I'm gonna go check your channel. Yeah, I follow Something Pretty. Oh my gosh, wow, look at that stuff. Yeah, I'm following you. What else you got? I'm gonna turn around. I'm assuming you have Instagram. Oh, I don't see a link right offhand. If you do have Instagram, post your link. I'll follow you on Instagram as well. Wow, amazing stuff. Oh, check out that werewolf. You got a time lapse of a werewolf? That's cool. I'll show you my werewolf. I'll show you my werewolf if you show me yours. Where is it? There it is. There's my werewolf. I am now following you. Yeah, I look forward to seeing your art. Wow, good stuff, good stuff. Wow, I love all the animal creatures. Very cool. Hey, you know what? I should have put you on stream. Duh. This one, the painting. Very cool. Yeah, I'm glad you came by. I'm glad you posted your link. I'll definitely check out your stuff. Check out your stuff later. Yay. Cool, cool. Do you go to a lot of the shows? Like the trade shows and all that kind of stuff? You've been doing this a long time. I'm assuming you might have tables at some of the shows. Oh my god, see, this is what I get. The hard thing about Twitch, right, is that if you get a new visitor, I really don't know anything about the new visitor, and then I start asking ignorant questions. You know, when accomplished artists and show pros show up and I ask ignorant questions. Ah, yeah, ever been to a show? You mean like 500 of them? Yeah. Do you guys know who Nagasaki is on Twitch? I'll have to pick your brain. Well, Nagasaki has a very big following, and I didn't know. And she chanced upon my stream one night and followed me, and you know, I'm like, wow, that's cool, thank you very much. You know, it's good. And then I looked her up, and I'm like, holy crap, she's got a huge following compared to me, especially. So then I felt like, oh wow, I just had a movie star sign up and follow me on Twitch and Instagram. So it goes back to what I was trying to say, is like, sometimes I just have to remember that someone might be coming by and I'm asking these questions as if I know what I'm doing, and I should really be looking up their channels first, because they may be experts for, you know, past 10 years doing this stuff. Yeah. You never know who's going to come on by. So you do 15 to 20 shows a year. What is your number one favorite show? And it could be your favorite show for any reason you want. But what show do you look forward to the most? Midwest Fur Fest is your favorite, and Dragon Con is up there. Dragon Con is at Chicago. I make a living from furry conventions and commissions. I'm new to the fantasy art scene. Oh, it's Atlanta, okay. So there are conventions that are all about anthropomorphic characters. Is that what the Fur Fest is? Furry conventions? Is that what you mean? Huh. I am so ignorant of what the world's really like. But that's cool. I wonder if there's any Fur Fest things. But you've been drawing for a long time. What is new? Where'd you go here? You're new to the fantasy scene. So what does that mean? How many years have you been drawing fantasy stuff? I wish, not wish, I look forward to the day where I can actually make money off my art and start going to these shows. Because it would be nice to show at a show. I've only seen a couple shows like San Diego Comic Con and WonderCon and this really tiny one in San Diego. So I don't know, I don't have any experience for a lot of shows, like I've never been to a true fantasy trade show. I would love to go to that. I'd love to go to Spectrum, see what that's all about. San Diego for me. So I'm going to start paying attention, look up some cons and visit some more. Just so I at least have an understanding of what's out there. So, did you say you make a living just from the conventions and the commissions? Wow. That's fantastic. $30,000 after costs? Yeah. That's awesome. It's awesome. Do you think my art would have a chance of being marketable? Are the furry shows all sponsored by the same promotional folks or different folks? Get out of here, free tables? I'll have to check to see if there's any near me then. That one small comic book convention in San Diego I mentioned, their tables were only 25 bucks, maybe 50 at most. I thought that was pretty amazing. But I didn't know these furry ones had free Artist Alley tables. Yeah, I almost want to drop this drawing right now and go look it up. And they're all independent. So there's this whole artist subculture that I know nothing about that is really, really big, huh? Oh, Blake. Alright, I gotta put this out. People are coming in, I gotta at least show them this art. Oh. Wait. And where's the renders? Gosh darn it. Caught me with my pants down, people. Oh, and of course it's going through autosave and slowing me down. Blake, how you doing? Thank you for that raid. Hey, Nest Nose, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming by. Savoring recovery information. There's nothing like being stuck saving files when a raid comes in. Yeah, it's going good. Plugging away at the, Dungeons and Dragons monsters and stuff. So this is the latest that I had. And so it's supposed to be a death dog, but I'm actually I see Vampire. Thank you for that follow. So it's a death dog, but I actually put like pug faces on it instead of like traditional dog faces. Hey, it's okay to raid and run, Nesnos. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. Yeah, so it's kind of creepy and cute at the same time, hopefully. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. We were just talking about trade shows and such. All right, Nesnos, catch you around. Yeah, I agree. They kind of look bulldog-ish. Pugs look so damn cute that I don't think they can look vicious. So I kind of artistic license. Yeah. Yeah, so Blake, how did your, I know you were saying your last show went pretty well. I was in your stream a little bit, and I would have stuck around longer, but I haven't streamed it myself for a little while, so I want to get on here. Salt Lake. I was there when you were talking about your metal plates, right? So instead of the canvas, it was the metal ones. So that's pretty interesting to put your art on metal and sell it that way. It's pretty cool. So right now I was just inking the eyes, so I'm going to go back to shading the background so that I can see the eyes better. Something's not right about them though. Yeah, it must be cool. It must feel good to, you know, come with a new product and find out there's a demand for it. So you're gonna do a lot more of that type of stuff. Yeah, we didn't really talk, but I knew that show was a disappointment for you. I felt bad because the booth looked good, art's always good, so I'm glad this other show's much better. And what's your next show? What's your next show scheduled? In Coyote, what's your next show scheduled? Are you guys doing anything near San Diego anytime soon? Phoenix. Phoenix is a little far for me, but not impossibly far. Cool. Yeah, both you guys, if you're ever closer to San Diego, let me know. I would love to come see your stuff. Up first hand, and yeah, whatever I'm trying to say. Up close and personal, that's what I was trying to say. So I think I can start putting in some flats. Oh no, I'm going to do shading first. I was going to change my order. Where is that? Don't have any California shows lined up? Yeah. 3 cons in May and Reno next month. Blake, how many shows you got set up for the rest of the year? Blake and Coyote should compare notes if you guys don't already know each other. Why'd that hurt so much? Yeah, I figured you might be. And actually, now that I think about it, I figured you must be, since how Coyote found me through this, that Discord group you guys set up, Fantasy Artists. So yeah, in hindsight, it was probably a stupid question. Yeah. Maybe next year I'll be ready to try some shows. So Coyote, do some shows like just not do good, or do you break even, or you excel at every show? Yeah, he's a busy fellow, successful showmaster. My new mentor. So I'm especially happy to hear of both you guys' success, because that's very encouraging. It's going to make me want to work my ass off and get ready so that I can start going to shows. And I'll try some cheapy ones. I'll definitely look into a furry show. Thank you for the folks who are following me on Instagram. Appreciate that. I'm assuming it's someone from the raid. Could be coincidental. Is that music too loud? Seems kind of loud to me. Yeah, Blake, your stuff's awesome. So, based on what I'm learning here and there, I think you're gonna, get your following to be able to track you down, and then you're gonna take off. Alright, yeah, I turned it down. Shouldn't be so bad anymore. It's too bad some of these music files are very quiet ambient music, and then you got like that one that's kind of overbearing. Sorry, it's Nightbot spam time. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Putting the lore of each picture. Because all your stuff was about your world building, right? Alright. Made all the difference. Wow. So there's definitely a lot of people that are more, or not more interested, but you know what I mean, more interested in the story behind the art than just raw art. That's actually, I'm glad you told me that. I'm going to use that to my advantage. Yeah, right? I mean, if you're doing as well as you are without some lore, think how much it could help you out. So, what about, I know you're busy with all the projects, you've got stuff going on, but I mean, have you ever done or ever thought of producing a book? And maybe you have, so again, forgive me if I've got an ignorant question here, but have you produced a book that story or serializes your world? You know, maybe not necessarily a comic book, but something like a comic book or a graphic novel or something like that? Oh, okay, okay. Makes sense. Ooh. I'm taking so many mental notes right now. Yep. You know, I was going to start off on Twitch doing world building, and then I stopped because I thought, oh man, maybe I shouldn't take on a project that big. But every time you hear about you guys doing your world building stuff, I'm like, man, that's what I wanted to do. Should have done it. So I think that's fate telling me something to my face, man. What about anything like, does your world tie in, like would it tie in to Dungeons and Dragons pretty effectively? Like if you did a game module or something along those lines that might work with the game? Have you done anything like that or considered it? See, I can't even think of an original question then. It sounds like you got it all covered. How long have you been twitching again, Blake? One year this month. Happy anniversary. And then were you doing professional art before then? Yeah, that's one thing that I'll be doing. Is I'm working with this guy. We just started, to be honest, but we're going to be doing a solo adventure board game, and I'm going to do the artwork for that. But it's probably 3 months away before I have anything to show. But we're going to try to launch it in a year from now. So it's going to be a solo quest game, sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons feel, but it's something that plays more like a board game than Dungeons and Dragons, but so it's going to be a little hybrid. Yeah, I went in graphic design stuff too. Why do we do that? Why do we go into graphic design when we know we should have gone into art? Well, everybody used to need a graphic designer, right? Now we're finding out it's tougher to be a graphic designer, and artists last forever. Ha ha ha. May it always be so. Yeah, I grew up a graphic designer for the past 25 years. Web design for the past 7. And I'm so ready to be just an artist. Fun fields. No doubt about that. and fun work. Series of small animal gods with little stories behind each one. Yeah, that sounds like a great story, or a great idea. Always interested in progress stuff. That is awesome. Love to see your progress monthly for the, how many years is that? You started in 2011? Wow. Wow. I'm going to put that on the stream. I should, I wish I was organized and had this, you know, set up so that I had my history. I don't. I just have a bunch of scrap sketchbooks, and a lot of them aren't dated. I don't even know which one came first. So this is a really good idea. Look at this. So started off with a clear passion for drawing. Improves over 2 years. Third year looks like you made a big leap. Getting a lot more complex painting in there. It's awesome. Fourth year's looking awesome. Fifth year, another big leap. Look at that. So it looks like you made big, you know, like giant leaps every 2 years. Progression always, of course. Oh, but see, look at that. Now in 1 year you made a big leap. Wow. Oh yeah, see? Every year it gets better and better. Great stuff, great stuff. Can't wait to see where I'll be in 8 years. So you say you wanted a marketing and design degree, and yet I look at your progression on your art and I'm like, why do you need those? Your art is doing fantastic. 2006 is your oldest piece? You're already doing tonal illustration? Wow. Yeah, I got a long ways to go. I'm trying to think if I've got anything old yet worth showing. Yeah, it's not funny that we draw the same stuff, right? You like what you like. Your subject matter is part of the reason why you draw. So for Blind Coyote, it's all anthropomorphic creatures. Heck yeah. For me, it's going to be, you know, Dungeons and Dragons type creatures and monsters. Pauschem, maybe someone can answer your question. It's a big question, and I don't know yet. But I wanna go grab some old art. So give me a minute. I'll grab some old stuff. Hold on. I'll have to see what I got here. Face cam only. Yay. Aren't you guys going to love that? So this is dated 97. So before I show the piece, there is an artist, I'm trying to think of his name, Gil something. I don't know. I think it's one of those scholastic art books, and he draws with a lot of line. And so I was trying to copy his style. I don't know if it's going to show up. So I haven't drawn very much since 97, to be honest. But that's what I was like back then. This might have been my D&D group back in the day. I haven't seen this stuff in a long time. This is my only professional art that I could say is professional. So when I worked at, thanks guys, it's old stuff, but thanks, always good. When I worked at Midway, so I worked for the division of Midway that would take the arcade games, convert them to home games, and put them on the N64 and the Sega and beginning of PlayStation. And so I got to do the game boxes, the game art, and the instruction manuals. And so there was one game called Mace that was a fighting game, and I did these characters. So these are not original characters, but I did these for that instruction manual. So with that line art, and I could do that because, you know, I was in charge of the project. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put my art in there. So my only professionally published stuff, and there's a series of them. This was the main bad guy. If you Google Mace 64 or something like that, you can actually, you might be able to find art of these guys online. Perhaps. This is the one that I like the most. I was pretty damn happy with this guy. Someone's following me. Where to go? Where to go? I want to see. Hey, at the time they were the best I could do. I was pretty proud of them. I want to say thank you for who's following. Give me a second. Go back to recent events. Oh wait, I don't have to go over there anymore. Oh, it's Blind Coyote. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate that. You want to see more of that stuff? It totally could have been on Sega. I can't remember what platforms Mace was on. I know this particular artwork I created for the N64 box, but we always multi-purpose stuff to other platforms. So it could have been. So this guy here was Grendel. I remember his name was Grendel. Yeah, it was fun. I was excited. This was I think he was called a Death Knight. Notice his axe, his weapon was a sword, but was it an axe? Wait, it was both. Yeah, I didn't do any of the game art. I wish I did. So again, these are just my representations of the game models that they had already created. Still a few more left. I guess we'll go down memory lane here. Ragnar the Barbarian. Earthworm Jim, yeah. That would be cool to discover the artist that did that stuff. So a very flexible monk. Now that I look at it in reverse, one leg is way shorter than the other leg. Thanks, Blake. Thank you. I toy with the thought of going back to liney art like this. That's my problem, is I can never decide what style of final rendering I ever want to do. So it goes all over the place. I haven't looked at these in a long time. This guy was fun. I had a lot of fun with this guy. I forget what he's called. Hi, Julia. Yeah, we were talking about old art, and these guys were showing me their old stuff, and then I decided to dig out some old art myself. Oh, this one goes back. I don't know how old this is. I think it was done in the 80s. So this was a cover of my comic book in the 80s. And it wasn't even an original layout. I think it was copying Marvel's Captain Marvel number 50 or something like that. But yeah, that's how I was drawing in high school. Guy here. Who is that? The Ray? So this guy was about during this age. This was about the time that I stopped showing my art at trade shows. It was like one of the last things I showed. Here's my Batman with Joker. So this goes way back. And I didn't even date these things, man. What was I thinking? This one's dated 92. So this was when Spawn was popular. So I made this character, Knight. He was a part of a it was Night and Darkness was the only comic book I ever drew. So he was the character for that. There's some character development sketches I was doing. But I know I had to have drawn, I had to have had some kind of reference there. Probably John Byrne. I was copying John Byrne a lot, so probably a lot of the stuff is maybe my character, but I was drawing his character, something like that. I won't show every piece, because there's a lot here, but Paladin. Trying to see, I mean, there's lots of stuff I could show, but let me see if there's anything that I think especially interesting. I don't remember why I drew this one. And I honestly don't remember if I copied this or used reference or just drew it. But the characters, they turned out really good. Perspective might be all screwed up, but the characterization of the faces I was always proud of. Here, I'll show you something. I think this was... So, here's a treat. Well, I guess it's a treat, but this is the Spider-Man Untold Story. So there's a couple pages, not even complete story. So if you remember Mordred, so Mordred could never be, it was never decided if he was like a good guy or bad guy. So here he is doing a magical incantation of some sort. Got Spider-Man outside the window spying in what's going on. And then out of his book, a fist starts forming. And you guys stop me at any time. And from that came some demonic creature. I think they called him Scython. Came out of the book. There's Spider-Man's Spidey sense going off. He's stepping out of the power of the magic or whatever. Not quite sure what was going on here. Oh, that's because I'm looking at backwards. This happens first. So the magic comes up. A figure forms, you know, then steps out of it. So, talks to his disciple. Remember when you saw this type of thing in comic books a lot, where it'd just be a face, but they would split into multiple scenes. That way it looks like there was more comic panels. Spider-Man's still there, like, what the heck? He's just realized he's been noticed, so they're blasting him. Dun, dun, dun. And this is just him running away. Definitely McFarlane influence there. So he's going to go get help. That was it. That was my untold Spider-Man story. Never before seen by not many people. Maybe like 4 or 5 people in my life I've ever showed that to. This is kind of like more of the same. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. The viewer count hasn't dropped yet, so... Right, here's my, so this is Night and Darkness. So he's basically my Batman knockoff, and she had Darkling powers. And I forget what it was. It was sort of a takeoff of Daredevil. I think they both were lawyers. So this was, they were fighting a case, and she was the defensive lawyer, and she lost to him. He was a prosecuting lawyer. And then somehow they hook up afterwards and say, hey, let's be a team. This is my Joe Quesada influence days. I tried to draw like Joe Quesada was drawing. Wow, I haven't seen this stuff in a long time. I have another untold story. Nice to meet you. So, Stonehenge, where is it? This side. Got a group of druids doing some kind of incantation. Obviously, I liked incantations and summoning bad guys. This guy's talking the spell or whatever. I remember this picture. I remember it specifically because I was working at a design agency, and during lunchtime I was drawing this page. And this is actually referenced from my own eyes when I was looking in the car mirror and squinting and trying to put expression on it. So I don't know if it looks like me, but I was the reference. So same thing, right? Power Magic comes out of the book. Funny that. I guess I like magical books. They're looking at it, they're like, what the heck's going on? Oh, what came there? And then here's where the perspective gets all out of whack. So some kind of English agent says, hey, halt, look, I got my crew. We're here to take you down, blah, blah, blah. There's my dramatic lighting. Ooh, scary stuff. Then do the reaction shots for everyone. Dun, dun, dun. And then what the heck? This big old monster comes out of Stonehenge, totally destroys it. Doesn't care about Stonehenge at all. This is that security person taking off. And then we cut to... that's a horrible cut. We cut to Avengers Quinjet. So you can tell this was during George Perez was doing it. So this is my George Perez influenced. Oh, George Perez, Quesada, and Bart Sears. So it's kind of all that mixed up. So Iron Man, the Wasp. This is Firestar, I think. Goliath or Giant Man. So Thor is telling a story on how he's met this creature before, fought this creature pretty much to a standstill, and was actually, wait, where is it? This side, right? Yeah, so the creature was kind of winning. There was this very young druid, had some, awesome power for some reason, and was able to fight off the creature. So basically Thor is saying the only reason why they won the fight last time is because of this awesome druid guy. Now it's going to be much different. And that's it. Cliffhanger. Haha. These are super old, but show you my detailed shot of MODOK. So that's pretty cool. Almost done. I'm not going to torture you guys much longer. happened? Thank you, Julia. Thank you. So I'm going to put this in order, and I'll walk you through this story. This is the last one, but it's going to be a full comic book. This is the only full comic book I ever did. That's not part of it. That's not part of it, but that looks kind of cool. This order is all out of whack. Sorry. Then that one. Then that one. And that one. Uh-oh. See, starting to lose people. Gotta hurry. Maybe I won't show this then. Maybe it's in reverse order. Gosh, did I draw 2 comics? That's the establishing shot. Sorry, now I'm suffering through all these. I got the last page. God, there's a lot of pages to sift through. Why did I put page numbers? Did I just already go through this? Okay. So here's my comic book story. Ready or not, here it comes. So, Night and Darkness. Right, so this is my splash page. Gotta have lots of action, lots of energy. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I got a lot to clean up. So, top shot. Think of this as the danger room for the X-Men. So it's basically the same thing. Fighting this robot dude. So Knight's powers, if I recall, he was able to summon these constructs made of energy. Probably of light. And then Darkness. So he's got a shield he made, sword he made. Darkness has the dark powers. So she's got like this gooey tar stuff trying to slow him down. He gets out of it. Blasts his way out of it there. She goos him up in the face. So Knight jumps in, takes advantage of that, slices across the face with a sword, and then Darkness blasts inside the newly created cut. And he blows up from the inside. Mechanical guts all over the place. In the end, right here, we were going to learn that he had some sentience going on, that he was actually afraid to die. Because in my grand scheme of things, he was going to be my Ultron, and he was going to come back and haunt them later on. Then we cut to a scene. I don't know if these are in the order or not, but we cut to a scene. Courtroom. And these were inked by somebody else, by the way. It was a project that I had connected with a guy in America Online, and I said, I'll draw it if you ink it. He goes, sure. Never met the guy. So, it is what it is. So, the judge walks up, gives the verdict. This is the main bad guy. He's basically let off free, because the main bad guy is rich and powerful and bought off everybody. And so she can't believe it. He gives her some kind of speech. Says, have a great day, kiss my ass. So then somewhere, she's depressed, left alone. Then this guy comes in, tries to give her a pep talk, but she's kind of really depressed. And he goes, well, do it my way. She's all like, I don't want to do it your way. He goes, yeah, but it's the only way. Because this is Night and this is Darkness. Or Night and Dark. Maybe I just named her Dark. Night and Dark. Then we do a cut scene where the bad guy, so Baron Blood type swipe there. He's got some young girl. His powers, oh, I guess it would be from this side. So he takes off her clothes, gives her a kiss, then his powers manifest. This is a bad guy, security guy, calling him for whatever reason. Look at that. Look at that tight butt. Look at that. Man, that bad guy's got this little tight butt. So anyway, then you see that the girl is actually all destroyed. He sucked the life out of her. Then we cut to later that night. So they're in their jet. They're yapping. Not much going on there. And so then they both got to show off because they're egoists. She jumps out of the plane, no parachute, falling through the sky, creates this gooey black darkness pillar, plunges into it, bloop, 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 and then it slowed her down enough. She just stands there and dissipates around her. So he's, not to be outdone. He jumps out, creates this light. No, it's not public. This is my one comic book that I took to one trade show, and I showed Archie Goodwin, and he gave me, pretty good remarks. Said I was like 50 pages away from drawing a comic book, and then I never showed any comic book stuff after that. So that was the last time. So this was literally the last stuff I showed trying to get work as a comic book artist. But never public. In fact, you guys literally, as a group, first group I've ever shown this to. I've shown it to a couple of my friends, but you're the first group I've ever shown it to. So he summons his light grappled. I know. I wonder about that too. Why didn't I keep going? There was another artist that I saw showing art that show, and I might have been a little better than him at the time, or we might have been about the same. And just a few years later, I saw him again. He was drawing comics for Image Comics. But then not much after that, so I don't know where he went. So that's how night gets down. So then they creep into a warehouse somewhere, because bad guys always have warehouses with all kinds of proof of their wrongdoings. Maybe I got those in the right order. No, maybe the wrong order. So here she is sneaking in. So got to do the sexy pose, right? Maybe not so sexy. But look how bad they are. They just snuck in and they're caught already. Security's already got them. Yeah, watch out for warehouses. So they're like, oh wait, didn't he find paperwork? I think I got the wrong. Yeah, so they're already caught. They're already visible. Yeah, this one goes first. So they're looking around. They go up in the main office. She finds a file that's interesting. She goes, "Hey, check this out." And he's all looking all buff for no reason. And they go, "Okay, let's check out the warehouse." Then we get in here. This is what they were looking at. Oh, actually, for you guys, it's over here, then here. He pulls it open, and what do we have? Wait, what happened there? Maybe I got something in the wrong order. So I don't think I even drew what they have. So off camera, you don't even get to see it, but it's ammo. So they say it's ammo, you know, illegal arms trade, of course. And then they get ambushed. I think I'm missing a page. But they get ambushed by the bad guys. I always like this panel. He's kind of running through them. I like those arms. Very Casada-ish. You know, she zaps him. There she is, zapping a guy in the distance. He can't talk. He's doing this martial kick to that guy and holding his head. Tried doing that in life. That's a tough kick to do. Hold a guy's head and kick him in the gut. So then this one guy's like, "F this, eat this grenade." And it just happens to bounce into one of the ammo boxes. Uh-oh. Time to boogie. What? They didn't make it out in time. But what's this? It has steel doors, but it looks like lights or Knight's blade cutting through. But there's just a wall of blackness. Oh, there it is. There's a wall of blackness, and they just walk through this wall of blackness. So she used her powers to cushion the blast. Her dark, black, gooey powers. I think I'm missing a page too, because I thought he drove a car. I am missing a couple pages. So basically, this is after the bad guy arrives again, after the explosion, after everything is settled down. Talks to the guard. The guard says, "Yeah, they got away. It was a mistake, blah, blah, blah." Bad guys being bad guys. He's like, "F you." So he grabs him there and manifests his powers and drains his spirit right there in front of the camera. Dun, dun, dun. Drops him. Funny how he has no skin, no hair, no nothing. And his eyeballs falling out. and then vows vengeance on night and dark. That's it. That's my comic book. So whenever I say, I did one comic book, now you guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Yeah, he did get obliterated. And this guy, he doesn't mess around if he's going to take your life energy. So, thank you for the 10 folks who stuck it out. So that was my walk down Old Art Lane. Now I'll pack it all up. Yeah, for a long time, all I ever wanted was to be a comic book artist. I do this a lot. We were talking about the... Thank you, Julia. We're talking about, or at least you mentioned, why didn't I keep going? And I do this a lot in life. I kind of push and get a certain distance, and then I quit instead of keep going. So that's one of the reasons why I'm on Twitch, because I want to keep going, and instead of quitting, I just want to keep going. Thank you, guys. It was fun to show it, I have to admit. I'm surprised all these freaking pages fit in one book. One box, one little box here. Whew. All right, that's enough of my mug. There we go. Oh, much better, much better. And here I am today. Any questions? Yeah, thanks for sticking around. That was way longer than I ever intended it to be. Obviously, I wanted to go down memory lane myself. What is good in life? I don't know. What is good in life? Yeah, these are my angry puppers. Sort of the puggy death dogs. So I'm changing my process a little bit. I'm doing the light shadows first before I do the forms. Because I think when I post on Instagram, I kind of feel like this is an interesting step. Conan would say, yeah, to crush your enemies. I wish I could do... It's not a tumor. To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Yeah, that wasn't quite him, but yeah, I remember that. Did I see your high school piece? Oh, I did not. I'm sorry. I was so caught up in showing my stuff. Is it posted? There it is. Gerbil, I'm going to put this up on stream. Wow, this is a great piece. Look at that. I never took on the challenge of doing tonal illustration. Did you draw? So is all of this on paper so that the frame is actually drawn in as well? And the matting, the whole thing? Excellent stuff. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, at first I totally thought it was framed art, but I'm like, wait a minute, I can see the line strokes. This is drawn in. That's cool. Even got the dimension or the other side. Yeah, that's awesome. Was that a perspective project? Well, mission accomplished. Oh, and here's Nightbot to get in our way. Trompe loyal? Loyal? I think you've thrown that word at me before. I butchered it just as bad last time. Nightbot, say your piece and get the heck out. I should call you Spambot. Here come the monsters. Trompe-l'oeil. Yeah, Nightbot has a lot to say, but I take the blame for that. Obviously. So, Julia, does that mean you're going to get coffee, or you just came back with your coffee? What happened now? There we go. Yay! Coffee though. I like coffee. I don't drink true coffee. I have frappes, but I really like frappes. You're scared of your old art? Face your fears. You know, we just improve over time. I think it's good to look at your old art because then you can realize you have been progressing. I've got my old writing in the garage. Never did poems. Okie dokie, see you when you get back. sorry. What'd you end up doing for that empty page? An upshot of the character I designed and introduced in issue 2. I used the letters, column, space in the book to talk about our design process. But putting the final design portrait didn't occur until like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let things happen. And if you don't think about it, step away and the bright idea may come back when you approach it again. Julia, got more coffee? Or does that emote mean something? It says fun. Fun? Foo fun? All right, Falsham. Thanks for sticking around. As always, appreciate when you guys come in and keep me company. And following up, I didn't give you a proper hello. Sorry about that. I was all caught up in showing my past stuff that I breezed right over it. But hello. I knew you'd forgive me. Do 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 do. Something like that, right? Do 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 do. And that, folks, is why I don't sing. Yeah, the bigger the claw, the better. Because these are vicious pugs, you know. It's a death dog. It's got to have the ability to do some real damage. I wouldn't want this dog after me. The dire bear. He must have been pretty tough. Julia, I think I was born 30 years too soon. So tell me more about your dire bear. 30? Death bun pose. So what have you decided? What is going to be the final death bunny pose? bunny with a leg bone in its mouth, and it's going to have like 4 or 5 eyes. Excellent. A smoky skull or something. Oh yeah. Maybe a skull in one of its eyes. See, now you're getting creative. I like that a lot. You made it out of clay and painted him for the sessions. In original size for D&D fields. Wow. So how big was your dire bear? Like that tall? Maybe 3 inches tall? Or a little bit smaller than that? Maybe a skull marking in its fur. Oh, I like that a lot. Skull marking in the fur. Oh, autosave. I never made characters, figurines. I missed out on a lot of the interesting aspect of early D&D by not doing figurines. I should make a figurine of my my current character, Rick Jacks. Alright, sounds like you got a plan. See, sometimes brainstorming comes easy when you don't try too hard. Just let it flow. Excuse me, I'm doing all kinds of little water hiccups. Sorry, folks. That's rude. Yeah, sometimes it takes time for that bright idea to formulate. There's a graphic design self-promotional job I worked on for a month. Brainstorming, trying to think what to do. I wanted something clever. I wanted something low budget. And then when I was all said and done, I decided to do a lunch bag with clippings of paper that looked like a piece of bread, some pickles, some cheese. So my design took me forever to come up with, but it only cost like 50 cents per design. It was super cheap. Looked like I had come up with it in 2 seconds, but it took that long to go through the creative process to get to that point. So creativity takes time. Sometimes it takes a lot of time. Looks perfect for Pugmire. What's Pugmire? Pugmire. Realms of Pugmire. Hey, yeah. Wow, that's pretty neat stuff. Save that page. Hello, Gallows. How are you doing? Maybe they'll call me up and say, hey, we've seen your monster. We want it for Pugmire. That would be cool. I'm doing good, doing good. Having fun with this death dog slash puggy thing. Having a big deja vu. I feel like I've had this conversation before. But doing good. I'm only experimenting now. I'm not sure I'm going to ink like this on these shadows, but I was just curious. Oh, it's party time already. Oh, thank you for that follow. Hasn't even chimed up yet, but my activity feed says you followed me. Well, the alert's really slow. There it is. Thanks, Gallows. Thanks for that follow. I will look up Pugmire. So I think this is going to be it for tonight, because tomorrow I'll wake up and I'll decide if I want to do more inking or do forms work or whatever. Maybe I'll do a drop shadow real quick. Simple one. Oh, I need to outline though. What it look like? Hello, Emotep. Caught me just in time, Emotep. I will be leaving pretty soon, but I'm glad you caught me. If you do take off, Gallows, goodbye and good night. Hope to see you next time. I'll be on. I'm supposed to be on tomorrow afternoon, so if you're around during the afternoon, come on by. Emotep, what have you been up to, man? Been streaming games or playing games tonight? About to sleep? Yeah. Me too. It's very late for you, right? Aren't you East Coast, Florida, something like that? So you stayed up late. Last night I stayed up all night watching, or was it the night before? Watching Infinity Gauntlet. So that I could refresh my memory for Endgame. Going on Thursday? Don't ruin it for me. I can't go until next Tuesday. Although, who knows, I might sneak in and watch it. But basically, next Tuesday's the best time for me. I'm not ready. I think it's going to be great. I don't want to have too high of expectations, but I just think it'll be great. You know, as long as they are making billions of dollars, it's never going to be the last one. It'll probably be the last Avengers with this current cast of characters. Yeah, first, second, third. This is going to be Avengers 4. So I think fill in the gaps. This will be my... Oops. Good enough for a whip. Alright, let's save it. feel like it needs more inking lines. Okie dokie, folks. That'll be it for today. Yeah, put the pups to sleep and go to sleep myself. What was that? I see. Bye, Julia. See you on your next stream. I'll probably be, like I said, midday tomorrow, so you might even be streaming. I'll say hello. All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for sticking around for so long. I appreciate it. Bob's lurking out there. Hello, Bob. How you doing? Baby Purple Hippo, hello. Blind Coyote still lurking. Thank you very much. Emotep Julia. Lurks. That's a good name. Lurks. Merlin Merle, hello. Paula P Designs. Professional Ducks. Psychosis 999. Tuatha has been lurking all night. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. Bye, everyone. And away I go.